Welcome back. This is Let's Talk with Wairimu. Today being a very beautiful day here at Morning Dew. The channel is Dissect TV. Thank you so much for choosing Dissect TV as your channel of choice. And right about now, I want to talk about what makeup to do where, when. However, something has come up with my guest and she is not able to come up for the show. However, I have Justo here, who is a lot of things. He is a camera person. He is the face in front during the D-Corner show, a show that comes to your screens here at Dissect TV every day from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Karibu
yes,
sana.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Wairimu.
How have you been?
I've been good. Unajua pale kwa D-Corner English for us is kizungumukuti. But anyway, I'm fine. I'm doing well. Chapa tu kazi for Dissect kama kawaida.
Kama kawaida.
Yes.
So what's your journey like before you go to Dissect? I know you're an actor.
Funny. Let me start with the funny story. Acting, camera work, that was not the initial thing I wanted to do. Mimi nasema kuwa mpishi.
Shifu
shafu is me. I've kwa chef sana. That is where my passion began. But now Corona time, it opened people's minds and it happened to open mine too, and then I found my way in the camera line. So an uncle of mine gave me a Nikon D3200, and that was when I started. Yeah, that's it.
As an amateur.
As an amateur, you don't know anything. I used to started in here with a group of guys. Upon Potkanza finding talents, and we decided, let's try and do some small things, and that's where I started. When my journey started. But it was in 2020. Corona started in March, right?
Yeah, 2020.
So I guess even King A month in my 2 years of camera work.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's talk about being the chef, but before that, there is. We would love to know who is Justin exactly.
Oh, yes, Ali napanga ngumu. Being asked who you are. Anyway, I'm a firstborn in a family of three. I'm not a family of two, a family of three. I have a young sister and my mom. Those are the ladies who are those are the ladies. Apart from being a brother, I'm also let's say I'm a camera guy. I have a passion in acting. And many other things that you bado discover. But he's just a simple guy who likes his curiosity takes him in many places. Yes.
What was growing up like for you?
Growing up, I grew up from a single mother. It was tough by the first time you were two of us because kulikuwa na ile she used to alikuwa na move from to ile unapelekangwa job mara huko kesho umetransferiwa huko. So ikafika point it became too hard for her, and then we had to go and live with my grandmother. But then my grandmother ameninyorosha. What? She took part in raising me up as a kid and mentoring me, kufunza responsibilities hapa na pale. So even if fun enough ukienda ushago, I'll not call my shush na mitanga mami, because she unajua ukiwa mtoto alafu na raiswa na mtu ndio kwanza. So I stayed for up to now I call her mom, but now in the Kikuyu word is mami. Yes.
Your childhood was
my child.
Were you the naughty boy?
No, me kwanza I was a very good. Unaona ule mtoto unachanga kwa nyumba, ukirudi napata nyumba iko. Wow. Nyumba unapata cushion moja iko huko, unapata. But that was not me. I was very nilikuwa mtulivu sana. I was very up to now I guess nilikuwa mtulivu isipokuwa and okay, it's changing. Yeah, though growing up, I went to primary school. Ilikuwa inaitwa Rafina Academy Karatina, and then high school. Though for primary, nimesomea places mingi because of the transfers. Nilisomea Nanyuki, Nanyuki nilisomea very many schools. Then we moved to Karatina. That's where now nikaanza kusomea. So when I joined Rafina, that's where now nikaanza my nilienda full straight academic from class 1 to class 8 bila kuchange shule. Yes. And then after class 8 nikaenda high school inaitwa Kanjore High School. That's where now they are saying you live here as men. You came as boys but you live as men. And then we did, obviously I did well.
Me have a place to ambia you made it.
We made it. Kanjore High School, wherever you are, we made it. After Kanjore High School, after kufanya KCSE, najipata Murang'a University. That's when actually when I was choosing career, nikitafuta kufanya my career choice. Nilikuwa nataka kuwa vitu vingi. Kulikuwa na watu wa forensics. Nilikuwa nataka kufanya hii kitu ya forensics.
Is an effect of movies?
No, it is forensics is where you see when someone is murdered mysteriously and you have to investigate the body.
Yeah,
what
so
has killed the
have
person.
you watched so many movies about
okay, movies zinakuanga na impact. Unajua vile zinachochanga mtu mpaka okay, I love investigative movies. Where people have to investigate murder. You are curious. Actually, those are the type of movies I love. That's where I guess ilikuwa na kidogo but grades kidogo pale. Niambia yani ya A students. But anyway,
that has not stopped.
But that did not stop me. I still wanted to become a chef at some point too. After kujita kamushemanio. Kujita kamushemanio. It took a while, by the way. After the kamushemanio, I said
that's like a self-meeting.
Oh, it's a self-meeting. Oh, sorry. A kamushemanio is a self-meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, after the
secretary and the chair.
Yeah, and the chair, you have to start talking to yourself. Naweza fanya kitu gani? Then I decided, let me attend the chef world. Yes.
So you entered and you did the course.
Yeah,
so
I did the
you
course.
Did it out of passion.
Yeah,
did you consult your parents?
Yes, my mom actually we stayed like for 1 week. Unajua kuna kwanga ile first selection, ile first selection ya courses kakataliwa ya kwanza. I wanted to go to KU. But wakanikataa. Nika apply tena KU bado wakanikataa. Sasa nikasema let me see other universities. So Murang'a University was there. So kuitwa kupata letter and I was like wow. Nikasema let me go and study hospitality management. Yes.
Do you feel like it's important for parents and their children to do this choice to jointly, or you just make your choice and tell them, hey, this is my decision?
One, for me, I'll say for career, I think it's good to consult, but first, you as an individual, you have to know what you want to do. Because si kitu ati unajua sile unaamka ati anaweza kuwa daktari nalala tena. Anaweza kuwa no, you have to do your critical thinking and analyze whatever you want. After that, unaweza consult, you tell your parent kufanya hii na hivi, they'll guide you and tell you maybe this course inakwanga na iko overpopulated or by the time pata job nini. But I think it's both ways. It has first come from you, because for me, chef, kwanza nilikam from I want to do chef hospitality. She had a variety of courses, but by the hospitality wasn't there. But I was like, people will always eat. So I was like, and alafu kitu ingine she told, okay, as a parent she told me, pia angalia ile course, you know you can put a business for yourself.
Aha.
Kuna zile course huwezi jiwekea biashara unless you find the capital and then start your own business as an entrepreneur. But having the knowledge in a certain field and able to put at that business pia it's another that sort will help. Yes.
So growing up, you never pictured yourself as a chef. It's a decision that came as you. Are there chefs in your family that you looked up to, or TV shows that maybe you looked up to and said, "Wow, the food."
You know, as a kid, people have many dreams. Ukiangalia juu unaona ndege, I want to be a pilot. Ukikaka hivi, I want to be a doctor. Kaka hivi, but I guess actually your actualization na coming after, let's say after ukifaliza for ndio. Ama ukiwa nini hiyo high school period ndio unaanza kufanya ile gauging. Ile gauging. But for me, I guess actually ile realization ya kutokea nataka for the Cape after high school. So when I said let me first do my KCSE career nitaifikiria after nimaliza, let me focus on one thing, and then kaka even let me do hospitality.
So the drive behind you choosing hospitality, is it someone you saw who have made it, or it was just because another college or another university did not pick you for what?
Let me tell you, Unona, I've told you we stayed with my mom for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I started cooking when I was in class 5. Let me give you a funny story. Nikiwa around, nikiwa class 1 hapo, mahali class 1, I used to live with my shosh. There's this time ameenda zile pilka zake, and then nilikuwa njaa. Nilisikia njaa. So and found some warus.
Potatoes.
I went and found some potatoes. And then went and peeled. I used to see how people, she used to make chipo sometimes. So nilikuwa once in a blue moon. So I used to see how anaenda slice like this. And then saa kulikuwa na ile pan. So hakukuwa na ile nini kubwa. I didn't know the pan that is being used at that moment, can ile the deep one. So I just took the normal. I just took the flat one. For eggs. Kana nikaekelea. Alafu kwanza ni ile mzito. Alafu nikaenda nikawasha tukuni because I used to watch her how hot she does. So naenda nawasha moto. Lakini ghafla bin vu wacha akuje. What? Nakwambia, I'm telling you.
So she came halfway before you threw it your cooking.
Even before I started cooking. I'm telling you, I had the best beating of my life. But anyway, she was like, wow, being a kid and you trying something, too, when you know as a kid you're not supposed to touch fire. So I guess you're your man. There's this car. She had this. Kuna hizi nini za fence. There are these slim kins. In Kikuyu we call them tomoshamio. That one.
Metallic.
Anyway, but I thank her because I'm in nature. I mean to reach into her it's because of her.
The fact that she came back left you with a nudge to make the chips again.
No, when she told my mom that alinipata nikitengeneza chip, my mom was like, okay. But now class 5 hapo ndipo nilianza kupika. Sitaki kuchoma but my mom knows when I'm at home. Jikoni hezi ingia. Kijana akiwa huko. But then I started cooking from class 5. So I guess it was part of what nini ni skuma kufanya hospitality. Plus watch some shows kuna fulani nitanga Foods of Kenya sijui. So kuna ile curiosity of foods, the cuisines. Other shows yani nikiziangalia, nyingine nitangwa MasterChef Canada. Sijui kama watch. Pia ni shows ukiangalia yani unakuwa too motivated. Kuna ile nyingine inaitwa Hell's Kitchen, ile ya Chef Ramsay. There you see you go like wanna be there.
What is that one meal that you've ever prepared and you are like, wow, this is it?
Mimi the meal I love cooking most is mbuzi.
Okay.
Yeah, mbuzi. That's
roasted, boiled.
Wet fry. Wet fry. Ile kibuzisha kwa ugali sinyongwe.
What are the common mistakes we make with that meal? common mistakes that we make?
Okay, I think every person has his or her own ways of cooking. But for me, I don't like boiling my meat. Napenda ni prepare my sitapatia recipe.
Please, don't do this to
Sitapatia recipe.
No, at least tell people when preparing mbuzi meat, since it's your favorite, at least these are the do's and don'ts. Some of us, like me, I'm pure Kikuyu. I put soup. And waru.
Okay, the problem with the kuweka maji ni kuna ile inapotezanga ile ladha yake ya nyama. Kama utakweka maji ile time ya unajua kuna ile time before you start putting all the ingredients, kuna ile unataka iboil tu kidogo itoe hiyo maji yake. Plus nyama iko na maji yake, ukiweka salt maji yake inatokanga that juice yake.
Oh, so the secret is you add salt before.
Salt and how I put kuna ile venye unaweza soften pia nyama yako.
There is the basic.
Yeah, the basic.
Please be generous enough at least to tell us the basics. Everyone wants salt meat. Okay, the spicing part of it, and that's where the chef's secrets are. But at least we all want soft meat.
Okay, unaweza tumia ukiboil ukiweka chumvi, pia unaweza weka ginger and your onions.
Yeah, put ginger in my meat and it gets very hard.
And pia nini inaitwaje? Kitunguu.
Saumu.
Kitunguu, onions.
No more.
Okay, nilionyesha and it actually softens the meat. I didn't know that. Nilienda kwa kitchen.
Onion, like
yes, onion.
The green one or
no, the normal onion. Hiyo kitunguu tu ya kawaida. I was like, yeah. Yes, and so now for chef, sasa in 2020 when I started kuguza camera, nikapata conflict of interest in career choices. That's where it began. Hapa ndipo me and my mom now tukaanza like tumesomea chef. Yes.
And we'll talk about that, about now like deciding I want to be the camera person and the effect it had in your life, but that is after a short commercial break. Don't go too far. Remember, you can give us your feedback on our SMS line. It's on your screen. On WhatsApp, you can talk to us. On social media, it's dissecttv.com. All over. You can also follow this live coverage on our YouTube page, that is Dissect TV, as well as dissecttv.com. Keep the conversation coming, keep the tweets coming, keep the comments coming on Facebook, and I'll be glad to be sampling some of your feedback as we come back in a short while. This is a morning dew show here at Dissect TV. The segment is Let's Talk with Wairimu, and today I was supposed to talk about what makeup to wear when. Unfortunately, my guest had an emergency and she could not make it to the show. However, I am with Justin Muhindo, a very interesting person here. Chef by career, but a camera person here at Dissect TV. He's an actor among many other personalities. So we've talked about your chef journey, or your hospitality journey. So now let's talk about your camera, being a camera person. Of course, you've told us the summary of how you ended up, your hands ended up on camera. But why did you decide to stick on it?
Let me first start with the act, because for me kujipata kwa camera, the thing that intrigued, pushed me more, it's the acting part. I started acting, I guess, in campus. In campus, that's 2017. Though it was more theater. Unajua ile toa sauti kwa tumbo. Oh, voice. So after that, during that journey, was in performances on stage. And by the performing for the first time I performed on stage, was like, wow, this much was odd. It was like, but anyway, after that, as the years went by, 2020, and Corona ilikuja, so there's a friend of mine, Victor Odhiambo, ule wa recap. He told me, Justo tunaweza fanya vitu. Tunaweza fanya tu vitu. But your time, nilikuwa tu ile, okay. But in back at home in Nyeri, hapo ndipo I met these guys, they are these friends of mine. Nilipata tu camera hivi. Nikamwambia, my uncle told me, see to me, when najua utafind things to do with it. So ndio nikapata kuna si fulani walikuwa, they had a thing going on. Alafu nikamwambia msee, by then niko na camera. Akaniambia, wewe unaweza kuja nao tusaidiane. So that's where I started learning camera stuff. Nilikuwa na a friend of mine anaitwa Director P. So alikuwa amezoea hizo stuff, so I was learning from him. So when after ile shule zimefunguliwa, come back to Moranga now that's when Victor Diambo pushed me more. Akasema tufanye tu short films nini. Tukakaa hivi tukafungua channel inaitwa This TV.
Oh, This TV.
So we used to do short clips, short films pale. So we used to meet like every weekend. Weekday ni busy. Sema leo tupatane. Tulikuwa group tu venye sahi people got other thing. Walienda after school, kila mtu akaenda zake. So ndio tulikuwa tunapatana like every day. So kushoot hizi films nikaanza kusema I want to shoot even more and more and more and more. And then I had my mentors bado Deno, he's called Deno, na the fun of the Wonder Boy. So ndio alikuwa like always niko natembea nao na learn the dynamics of a camera juu. Actually when my mom wasn't good with it at first she wasn't good with it. Kuna time tulikuwa tumeenda kushoot film na hiyo group ya home, and then I used to come home late. Very late.
Yeah. Film can be quite tiresome.
Alafu there's a time I told her I might not come for a couple of days, and she was like,
You've outgrown.
Umekuwa mkubwa. Umekuwa mkubwa. So
what is that one role that you played and you are like, this is it? Let's say for film sijacheza film, nimecheza more of theater. Yeah,
Theater. Wewe unajua theater. Hiyo ilikuwa character mbaya lakini ilikuwa poa. But it was of this guy, he used to use campus girls for pleasure, and okay, jina ni mbaya. Hiyo character
you were the playboy.
Yes, the playboy. Yes, that's kuna ile jina walikuwa ile character walikuwa wamenipea hiyo jina. Hata siwezi sema on TV. Sasa watu waanza kusema ni ile kijana fulani. But it was a good role. So after theater, though film pia kuna nimetry in other tukiwa kwa this TV. Kuna ile tu unasema acha ninge tu hapa ka extra kidogo, alafu nirudi kwa camera. So but yeah.
So has that role ever did it affect your life?
No.
I want to be the playboy now.
No, you know, when you are acting, tuseme kama hiyo character nilikuwa naitwa jina fulani hapo. Let's say I'm called Mike on set. Mike is the character on that set. But nikitoka huko narudi ni Justin, kingiandiko na mimi ni Justo. Kwa hivyo so lazima haiku affect you. This in the character nilikuwa nacheza. Just kuna wale wakichukulia like so amenipatia role kwa mtu mbaya nini. It's just a role. Juu utapatanga actors wenye unamwona kwa TV, in real life very different.
Sure.
Yes.
Let's talk about Dikona.
Hosting.
How did you come behind the camera to in front of the camera?
Unajua nilikaa hivi, I told myself someday nilijambia I called for myself for another meeting. Nikajiambia naambianga Victor Diambo, yani you guys make you famous through the camera na mimi nakaa tu nyuma. Kasema kasikia kuna kasho mahali inaitwa Dikona, held by the Captain Miss Nara. Kasema tunaweza kuwa co-host. Then kasema acha ni challenge. Kanikena tukachapa Nara, tukaanza chemistry. Then found myself on Dikona. and it's been like I guess tunaingia another month. Tushamaliza mwezi mmoja if I'm not wrong. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, so you're on our second month. It's been awesome. It's been amazing. Interesting.
Wow. What time do people catch you?
For those who haven't been watching The Corner happens from every Monday to Friday at 5 to 7 with the best of the music playlist from DJ Case and your favorite hosts, Miss Nara, and obviously kijana mtanashati barobaro, Justo mwenyewe.
Hey, you just entered into character. Hivyo tu.
So nakwambia character as in ukiwekewa hapo, nikienda nje ni saa just in the camera. Mom, msitange cameraman ni DOP, director of photography. Nilikuwa hata kusisitiza.
Like you just got the moment to address the nation. Okay,
address the nation. Unaitangwa director of photography. Si mtu wa kamera. Unajua unaenda event. Mtu wa kamera, hata si mtu wa kamera. Mtu wa picha, kuja.
Okay.
Wewe mtu asikia. Okay, mtu wa kamera ni sawa lakini kuna ile sipajua.
Have you ever shot someone's maybe wedding and something bizarre happened to the footage, or you realized you've not been recording?
Okay. Camera sometimes is very tiresome. So kuna ile time umechoka alafu kuna ile kitu tunaitanga zoning out. I think you're doing something but actually nothing is happening. Uzuri ile ya kwanza yenye nilikuwa na shoot though ilikuwa kitu recorded na ni kitu naweza sema retake. Nilipata si record. Kuna hiyo, and then there's another one tunaenda kushoot footage zikabilitika. Ni stress zilika.
So what do you tell the client? How do you handle such a situation?
Sasa nikwambia uongo on live television nitakuwa najianika. Najianika hapa. But anyway, mistakes do happen. Huwezi kupoteza kazi ya client. Unajua ni tu kwa honest with them, kimwambia footage, just being honest with them, namwambia footage ile kulienda hivi na hivi. Plus kuna kwanga na wale clients you on the job, alafu wanakuanga like wala wanakupe pressure like you shot something today, is it done? Like we just shot it today, it can't be done juu kuna clients wengine bado na deal na nini yao juu. I guess inakuanga hard for other clients to understand that you have other clients that bado you're still working on their things. So yake pia iko kwa timeline. So by the time I understand hivyo utakuwa like, but since you don't feel the client, sometimes you have, kama ukifungua hiyo editing, you have to ekelea hiyo client mwingine, so unachapa hii kidogo na multitask mpaka umalize zote.
I know there's a young boy or a young person watching you now since they're on holiday, and sometimes you share your stories of how you've sort of made it. Okay, you're at a certain level where they are not, and they think these are just made up stories to help us. Maybe they sound motivational, but I want you to look into that camera and maybe just inspire them and tell them it's workable.
Let me tell you, for young guys, for me, nikianza camera work, I didn't go to school kulearn somea camera and other, the camera, the industry itself, sikusomea anything. There is YouTube. Unajua kuna ile mzazi, the parent is not able to pay for both the kusomea hii, lakini bado kuna interesting ile imekame up. Don't limit yourself. Go to YouTube, learn something. Alafu ukilearn, usikati by then najua sasa. No, do it. Learn kusikiza, you learn and then do it practically. And then grow yourself, alafu ujue where you want yourself to be. Usikue be diverse yani. Don't be limited to one thing, because you never know. Mlango inafungukanga hapa, ingine inaweza funga. So just be diverse, be open-minded and think outside the box.
I think coming from the box, you don't even need the box, by the way.
You don't need a box to think. You just be diverse. Be curious on everything, because you never know. Because my curiosity led me land where I am right now. And I thank Daisa Media Services Limited for giving me the chance to be They are DOP.
Some people are asking, is the DOP booked?
Booked. Yeah, swali ni ngumu. Oh, booked. Oh, booked for other. Booked for gigs. I'm not booked yet. You can't.
So how do they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Mr_Muhindu. Number yangu.
It's fine.
Okay, for those who want to contact me is 0712 936 110. 0712 936 110. That's my number if you want contact nitia kazi. Tashukuru.
Nataka pia kutafuta
okay, mnaweza nitafuta lakini sasa sitaki kutafutana ama kutafutwa.
All right, we've come at that point where we have to say goodbye for today's show. And since I already have a co-host for another show, we're going to wind up this with you. So I'm doing my outro. You finish just as Kevin does, but do it how you do it as Corner. So guys, that is what we had for today. Thank you so much, Caroline Masharia. I've seen your feedback. She Gladwell, I've seen your feedback. Thank you so much, or rather someone is telling me you had given feedback. Thank you so much for choosing Dissect TV once again as your channel of choice. Let's meet tomorrow morning, same time, same place. It's 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. here at Dissect TV. It's on your free-to-air channel of boxes. We're also on dissecttv.com. You can watch us from there. On our socials, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, so keep following. Catch up with my my co-host. Well, for me it's a wrap. See you tomorrow. My name is Wairimu Mugo. We always do this every time with Kelvin Mungai here at Dissect TV.